Yeah, man's gonna leave halfway through. Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Match Mindset. Here today we have a very special guest, and I'm gonna have a heart attack trying to list off all of this man's accomplishments, but I'm gonna try. Alright? So, one of the four pillars of Rec Room Wrestling, former Apex champion, current WRW World Heavyweight champion, and current Black champion. We have Kai.
Hey man, I'm happy to be here, man. I appreciate you inviting me on. I'm honored to be the first guest of this podcast. I'm really excited. I've been on podcasts before, but this is my first podcast where it's just me. The only podcast I've done before was with all four pillars, and we just sat down and talked. But I'm happy to be here, man. Glad to be the first one to have the honor of being on the podcast, and I'm glad you picked me. Well, I'm excited to talk to you. You know, it's gonna be fun. I cleared out the schedule for a couple hours, so I'm ready to be here as long as you need me to.
Yeah, of course. But I just want to get straight into it with one of the most recent things that's happened with your career. You know, you defeated Stime Time at WRW Limitless and retired him. Of course, he showed up at War at Sea as special guest referee, but what did, like, retiring Stime mean to you?
I finally got to put the grandpa in the retirement home. I was so excited. Actually, I was like, oh God!
Right, I never said how that would work, did I?
Oh God, that's terrifying, bro. Okay, people don't. That's fine. It's fine. You can take him. You can bring him back.
No, I'm just gonna keep him there.
God, that was. People don't know. Like, I'm guessing how the camera works. You press a button and it goes to a certain seat, right? And the camera will like, yeah.
I have a thing on my computer. I press it and then it just goes round. Oh, now it doesn't work, does it?
But yeah, he's
He's
dressed up as Dobby R. And he just appeared right in my face, and it scared the hell out of me.
I think I broke it, but that's fine.
All right.
You got me scared anymore.
All right,
but
I'm traumatized. All right. Okay, we're talking about the retirement, right? Yeah, and Stein.
Yeah. Like, what did it mean to you?
Stein was one of my best friends. Honestly, without Stein, I don't think I would have even made it as far as I did in wrestling. Me and him had like practiced a lot. I mean, he got me in the Rec Room basketball. I still play that sometimes now. Like, he's one of my best friends in Rec Room, and I appreciate him. And I was sad to be the one to retire him. To be honest, first of all, I wasn't complaining. You know, Stein, one of the best of all time. Retiring him is an honor. And I was excited. Same time, a little nervous though, because like I was worried, like, oh my god, it's gonna be. I'm worried. It's gonna be laggy. It's gonna be a horrible match. Stein, bro, I actually injured myself during that match in real life. I sold a suplex. I think I'm pretty sure that's sold, and I hit the back of my head on my entertainment system, which is like I got a little yeah, and I hit it right in the corner too, and I started bleeding mid match. Not horrible, but it hurt.
Like noticeable amount, you know.
When I got done,
you're like, oh, I'm bleeding.
Yeah, I took my headset off, and I saw my back of my strap had a little bit of blood on it, and I looked on it, like the back of it, like the front of it, like this, like, you know, like the strap of your headset. I'm on Oculus,
yeah.
So like the strap, like you have that, and it's like I don't know, it's a little bit of like red around like the part where it goes like this and this, like right in the corner is a little bit red. I took it off and I looked on the inside of it, and it was just covered in red. And I started panicking for a little bit, but like by the time the match was over, and it was basically healed. Like, it wasn't really bleeding that bad afterwards, but like, you know, I had a little bit of cleanup to do with my strap, but it's fine now. But back to the actual question. I'm kind of mixed with that. Like, I was happy and sad to retire Stein. One of my friends, one of my heroes. The best in my opinion, the GOAT. I love Ruby, but Ruby will always be number 2.
Yeah.
Stein,
despite Ruby having the first ever 5-star match.
Yeah. It's like it's very even for me, to be honest. It's just that like for me, when it comes to Rec Room Wrestling, I think Stein will always be my goat. And like, bro, I'm
Mm,
100% agree that Ruby is in the conversation. It's legit just
yeah.
opinion.
Mm,
And wrestling Ruby, in my opinion, Ruby is way better than me. Ruby's
yeah.
one of the best wrestlers to ever do it. He honestly, like I said in the conversation, be the goat. But Ruby will like it's Stein, you know. I love Stein.
Yeah.
I also love Ruby's my Pookie too, but hey,
Yeah.
he's just plasma. I can't be a home wrecker.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I see it. I'm sorry I dragged on that question a little long. I went on a little bit of a rant there.
Yeah, no, it's all fine. But speaking about Ruby's time, the Four Pillars of Heaven, is there ever like an argument between them on like, oh, who's better?
Constant like man, I'll be in the like we have like a group chat in the four
Right.
pillars, and we'll just be
Mm.
talking in there. And then Stein will make a joke about Ruby, or Ruby make a joke about Stein, and they'll just it's like a divorced couple, just constantly arguing back and forth. They
And then you
like
just have you and Shay Cross just in the corner, just trying to like
yeah
help each other.
yeah like like me and Shay will be having our own conversation while Ruby and
Yeah.
Stein are yelling at each other. Like Ruby will always point out that his last match was a 4.75 and tease him about it. And like he'll say like, man, I'm 4.75% sure that you're full of it right now. And he'll just like he keeps using that number and like basically every chance it gets Stein mad. It's funny. Half the time I just get like a bag of popcorn. I'll just sit back and I'll read all the messages. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, arguments are every day in there. I swear. It's kind of chat's kind of
Yeah.
dead right now though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, after this, you should like send a message in there saying, "Hey, so someone was asking who's the best," and then just cause chaos.
And, and I was just sitting and listen to this podcast and just watch them have an argument about this particular spot. If they watch it, they
Yeah,
watch it. I bet Ruby's gonna watch this. He's like, what do you mean I'm not the GOAT? He's gonna go off on Stan.
I can imagine.
Bro, man, I love Ruby though, man. He's one of my friends.
Mm.
But I'm trying to think of something. I was gonna say something about that. God, I can't. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry, I had
Alright.
something. It's in my head.
Yeah. I'm gonna take us back to an earlier point in your career, all the way back to last year, actually, right when, I started getting into DPCW and stuff. You were in a rivalry with Jackson Flash of the YouTube title. Like,
I'm pretty sure.
how did
Yes.
that, like, how did that feel for you by having, like, so many matches with him and just not being able, just getting so close, like, every single time?
Man, it was fun. You know, like I enjoyed all my matches with Jackson. Jackson's a great wrestler. Like not enough people have him in the top 10. Jackson is great. It's just that Jackson was never he didn't show up that much, so people
Yeah,
didn't really recognize him that much. But Jackson, I'm pretty sure is the longest reigning champion in the history of DPCW. Recently
yeah,
losing the title at like I
yeah.
forget when it was, but he recently lost it just a couple months ago.
Yeah, I don't even
Jackson
think he lost it. I'm pretty sure it got, like, taken away from him because he wasn't showing up.
Yeah, that's always been Jackson's problem. He wouldn't come to
Mm,
shows, but Jackson has a life. You know, Jackson has his own stuff
yeah,
to do. It's just yeah,
of course.
rec and wrestling isn't everything.
Mm,
Like personally, right now, ever since I started playing football, I've been kind of having the same dilemma where I haven't been able to come to shows. So
yeah,
it just kind of sucks because rec and wrestling is like like kind of like my major hobby. You know, it's what I take. I like. It's
yeah,
weird, but I take pride in it. I enjoy doing it.
mm, yeah,
It's what I enjoy, and not being able to do it anymore, it
yeah,
kind of sucks. I'm only able to do it 2 times a week now. I went from
yeah.
doing it like basically 7 days a week, constantly, whenever I wanted to.
Mm,
Now I get like 2 days where I get to do it.
yeah.
But yeah, I
Honestly,
went off track again. Sorry.
th that description just sounds like a drug addiction. I'm not gonna lie. Doing it 24/7, 7 days a week.
Pop in my veins constantly. I have an addiction
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna have like an addiction. Like if I could inject it into my veins, I probably would have already. But yeah, like back to the question about Jackson. I loved wrestling Jackson.
Yep.
Jackson was fun. He was a great wrestler. Me personally, I wish that we can go back. I wish I could redo that match with him over at Doomsday. Hey, if anyone watching this has like the 42, like, decide on if we should do that again, please let me run it back one more time. I would love to have a rematch of that, I would love to have a chance to
To redeem
have a
yourself.
rematch. Yeah, because that's back when I went on my Star-Lord phase when I was...
Yeah, I remember that. The whole red jacket and everything.
Yeah. I
Spiked
still like that
hair.
gimmick, though.
Yeah.
Like, it was fun to play. It's just that, like, when I was trying to play the character as a serious, like, character that was kind of like an MJF character, but, I came out as Star-Lord dancing, so kind of hard.
Yeah. Bit
Like,
hard to take you serious when,
yeah.
you're coming out to that.
Like,
And now we
I'm...
get copyrighted.
Yeah!
Yippee!
Man, I really love playing that character. With my entrance at uh, Jackpot, I forgot what the pay-per-view name was for a little bit. I wanted to do a Star-Lord themed attire. I wanted to come out in the red jacket with like this hair, but like had red dot tips, and then I'd come out
Right.
to like I was gonna like custom make the theme where like it would start like that down, and then like it would like have a cassette change, and then it was gonna play my current theme.
Yeah.
I was really excited for that, but I wasn't able to get it done in time, so I just came out and I popped out the ground like 50 feet,
Yeah.
and then I proceeded to pop out the ground 70 feet during the match because that stupid ladder. I'm still mad about that. I'm like that match could have
Do you
been
know what
so
happened
much
with
better.
that? Like how did
Okay,
that? Like how did
okay,
the ladder just ascend? Just ascend to the heavens?
it's actually the cameraman's fault. Rocker unfroze the yeah. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, you. Yeah, you. It's your fault.
Basically, the title was unfrozen, but it wasn't grabbable. So we were
Oh.
climbing that ladder, and like
Mm.
I had like we had kind of like this thing going around that story is that no matter how close I got, I'd always be right there staring at him as he beat me. It happened when I
Right.
lost it. It happened when he beat Rocker. I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah.
me and Banana. God, I can't think of his name for a second. I'm horrible for this right now. Uh, when he betrayed me during that match, he
Mm.
hooked me up with a kendo stick, stuck it to the wall, and then pinned him as I watched, and I couldn't do anything about it. And we just kind of
Alright.
ran that for our story. The story of the thing was like, no matter how
Mm.
hard I tried, I couldn't catch up with him, and he was
Yeah.
basically saw himself as the true master of ropes because he better than me.
Mm. As everyone
Oh,
sees
I gotta be there
himself.
at 4:30. All right, Lebsuma. Cut that out. I got to be at practice at
Yeah,
4:30
cut it out.
instead of a. Yeah. Shh. I swear he's gonna keep that in there.
Yeah, he's gonna
Knowing
keep it
him.
in. He's like that. We know that.
But basically, he unfroze it, and Banana was trying to grab it, but he couldn't grab
Yeah.
it because it was like
Yeah,
ungrabbable.
on
So
the
he's
video,
like,
you can just hear him scream, "The title's not grabbable!"
and
You
I
can
was
just
like,
hear him scream it.
yeah, and I
You can
was
see him trying
trying
to
to like
find Rocker.
slow. Yeah, he was like looking around. I was like,
Like,
unfreeze the title, and I was climbing up the ladder,
yeah.
and like I couldn't, I didn't want to get up there because I wasn't trying to stop him. Like that was supposed to be his finish. He was supposed to grab the title down,
Yeah.
and I was supposed to watch him do.
And I'm like, I'll take yours then. How about that? We
That's
trade.
hey.
Alright, we trade.
There you go.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, all right. But when when I was climbing up, I tried to do it slowly, and Rocker thought, oh, he's trying to shake the ladder. He's trying to push Banana off.
Ah.
So he unfroze the ladder, and I was like still holding on to it,
Yeah, you were
and it
holding
started
on to it.
shaking.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And then I didn't have enough time to let go, and it shot up into the air, and I went flying with it.
Yeah.
Like,
No, literally, what happened? It ascended to the heavens, then just took a right turn and shot up the stage. You let go, like, right at the ramp, so you just landed face first on the ramp, and it was
yeah, like
just
I just
hilarious. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. It's actually like
no, please don't go watch
best
that.
moment of his career. Best moment of his career.
Like earlier we were talking about the four pillars, like and like how like the conversation.
Yeah.
I swear it's constant. Like they send that clip in there like every other day. They would just send that clip and remind me of it, and then they photoshopped me getting mad and like. I'm gonna skip that story. I'll tell you that off camera because I get in trouble for that.
Alright.
Um, but yeah, it's basically what happened with the ladder. It was just kind of pain.
Yeah.
Kind of hate
J-
ladders.
Just description. Pain.
All lowercase period at the end. Just pain.
Yeah. Just pain. But
Uh,
that match was for the Apex title, and you had previously held that title
mhm.
because you beat Paragon on an episode of Unleashed while he was Diamond Briefcase holder to get the title. And I believe if I'm not
I was
wrong,
Michelle. I
that
was, I was
I
Michelle.
didn't even realize. Alright,
All
if
right, well,
I'm not wrong, I could definitely be wrong on this, but remind me, I'm pretty sure that was your first title in DPTW, right?
yes, that was my
Yeah,
first title win in DPCW. My buddy's just doing
yeah,
what he wants to now. He's going a little
yeah.
bit everywhere.
I'm
There you
putting him
go.
back.
Stay. Bad rocker. All right. So,
Title like jump started what is now.
yes, I would say I wasn't happy with the run I had with the Apex title. I wasn't happy with the gimmick I had. Because when I was just kind of a bland version of my current self.
Mm,
Back, I was rocking the man bun. I was just doing my own thing, wearing those trucker jackets, and I enjoyed that fit. By the way, I loved like that wrestling. I think that was one of the peaks of my
mm,
career. It was just that as a character, I didn't have any personality. I was just kind of bland, just generic baby face number 5.
yeah.
But the Apex title, I swear that was probably one of my favorite titles I've ever held.
Mm,
Uh, I didn't say that definitely didn't have a huge part in me getting noticed. That decision having
mm,
run with that title definitely did help me improve my career. And all those matches I had with people in the mid card but personally, I think some people in the mid card deserve to be higher up on the card because I had great matches with people like, God, local wave.
yeah.
One of my favorite people to wrestle with. He's a great wrestler. Same with I know it's kind of Voldemort right now, but Riptide for everything she gets, everything that Trash is talking, she isn't if she wrestles the right people. I think our
Mm,
styles meshed really well. I think we had a great match. Michael Evans, one of my favorite people I've ever wrestled. I love that guy. But see, the thing is that I was just in school. I was like, last year when I was in 8th grade, I was just kind of doing my own thing. And I was just like on
yeah.
my phone. I just randomly get a message from Michael, and I see like 5 different notifications. I check my phone. He sent like 20 paragraphs worth of script for that match just on a normal episode. And I was like, yeah, like I was like so confused. I was like I didn't need all that.
Man's about to put.
Yeah, that was my honest reaction. I was like, no way, and I just went.
Nah, bro. If
But,
I got that, I would have just no.
just,
Just
I'm
no.
good.
Nah, I'm good.
Like, but with that, like with Michael, that match was really good too, but like I just like we had to rehearse it like a bunch of times because like Michael is, I'm pretty sure like he told me that he wanted to be a story writer. He wanted to write books when he got older, and I
Mm.
bet I hope that's working out for him right now. But yeah,
Could be,
he
I don't
had
know.
incredible grammar in that too, way better than I like. He got like everything right. He put full on like essay levels of effort into that. Like I respected it. Like
Man put more work into that than his like English exams.
I really wanted to say like I ain't reading all that, but like I felt bad too. Like he put so much effort in, and I just didn't read it. That would have been awful. So like when I
Oh,
just so instead of actually trying to get good grades, I just like I propped up my laptop. I put my phone in it. I just scrolled through Discord, reading like 20 paragraphs of script, and it was a pretty good script too. Good match. But
mm,
back to like the Apex title, I would say that's one of my favorite titles ever won. I'm happy. I'm glad I was able to win it. The one thing that kind of I wish was different is that I wish I didn't win it on an Unleashed episode
mm,
because like it was kind of expected too. I guess not expected. I kind of expected it because they like everyone's complaining about it. And don't worry, don't worry. We have an idea. Like
yeah,
my ego still is rose by that like Money in the Bank, uh, Money in the Bank
jewelry
vote
heist.
because like yeah, oh Jolly Heist, my bad, my bad. I'm it's been a while. I forgot what it was called, but
Rocker's gonna punish you now for
when
mentioning WWE.
Rocker's giving me death eyes behind his monitor right now. He's like,
Yeah.
man, like with that, like I got like oh he's just like he, I swear he's like a ghost. I swear like he just jump scares. Like he was like breathing down your neck just now. He just like he popped up right beside you, like, a little sniffing. But with the Julia heist, like I got like 30 votes compared to Paragon's 15. In my ego, oh boy, it was all the way up here. I was my ego was huge back then. Like I was low key
Mm.
hyped. I thought I was gonna win it and everything. And I don't know what I expected. I was very disappointed when I lost it. I wasn't like I was way more into winning back then. I was like that was when I was like on the ground to get my first title. I was trying
Yeah.
like wins mattered a lot more than they do me now. Like right now, I'll put basically anyone over as long as they're not horrible.
Yeah.
Nor like I'll put over a new guy. I would go to 0 right now and lose if unless it was for the title.
Yeah, unless.
Yeah, like I don't. It just wouldn't make sense for me to lose it too. Like I on 0, but
Mm.
like I would happily put over somebody new. But
Yeah. And,
but
you know, you talking about some of your favorite matches with that Apex title, what is just like your favorite match overall? Can be like on racing, just like overall communication, just like what was your favorite match to ever have?
this is kind of a hard one. Cause can I list off like 5 matches that I would
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, yeah,
say
go
that,
for it.
all right, one of my favorite matches I've ever had, one of my most fun matches I've ever had would have to be Mike versus me at FRW Hell in a Cell. Or Extreme Rules. It was Extreme Rules. My bad. I loved that match. I had a fun time during that match. In my opinion, I feel like that had like a 4.5 star top match right
Mm.
there. I love that. I had a fun time. And my I'd say my second one would have to be this kind of expected me versus Stein 5-star match. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah, rundown.
mm, it
Mm.
was a great match.
Yeah.
Uh, this is one that not many people know about, but the one I really did enjoy. And I think it's me and Banana's best match. FRW pre-show. Uh, it, it was a pretty good match. Not a lot of people saw it, but I really did enjoy it. I felt like that. This is probably just my memory of it being better than it actually was. But in my opinion, I feel like that was a 4.75 star match. Just my opinion.
Right.
I loved that match.
Yeah, I mean
Then I would
that's
have
fair.
yeah. And then me versus Vacation, great match.
Mm.
Love that match. Story was, I think that was probably my best storytelling I've done in a match. I think that's probably where I excelled my best at. And that's what I've been working on recently, trying to tell stories in my matches. And
Mm.
yeah, I swear, I remember this one. It's just on the tip of my tongue. We were just talking Paragon versus me. I love that match. That was a great match in my opinion. On the best
Oh, yeah.
Unleashed ever rated. Had a 4.75, 4.5, only one bad match. That probably was. I'm pretty sure that was the best Unleashed ever rated. Might be just not thinking about that right though. Hey
Could be.
Rocker,
I'm not
shake
really
your
sure.
head if that was if I'm right. If the one with I think he's gone. It's fine.
Yeah.
You don't know?
I
All
doesn't
right.
know.
I honestly thought the owner of DCW would know what their best rated show was.
Yeah, you'd think. Well, I mean, I know that
Yeah.
the highest rated, like, just show overall was Jackpot, I'm pretty sure. But other than that,
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah. That barbed wire match that Rocker and Jeremy had was pretty fun. I think the best
Yeah.
spot was when he started shaking the rope.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
that was
I remember
now
in that match, they would just, like, be in
yeah.
the corner. They would just, like, have their hands. The, like, barbed wire would just explode, and they would just be, like,
Selling was
like
great.
shaking their hand a bunch.
Like, like when you touch the stove.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that selling though. Like Jeremy is
Yeah.
definitely in my top 10. I would have to give
Mm.
Jeremy underrated top 10.
Yeah.
Great. Sad he retired. I'm
Yeah.
gonna miss him.
Well, with your top 10 of wrestlers, what is it? Can be like anyone from any era, like if they're
Any
retired,
era?
doesn't matter, just like anyone.
Oh,
Any
okay. This
wrestler on like on Rec Room, what's your top 10?
man, how I do this? I'm gonna be honest. If we're doing all time, number one's gonna be Stein. Number two,
Mm.
Ruby. Number three, Shay. Number four, Mafia. Mafia Prom was insane. No one not enough people give Mafia enough respect for how good he was back in his prime.
Mm.
And then I'm gonna go me, and then egotistical. I know me being number 5 of all time, but I'm gonna put Bandy number 6.
Right.
God. Now we're doing all time. I'm gonna have to change up some of the slots. I'd say
Mm.
number 7. I would have to give that to Rocker. When he's mic'd up. When he has mic. When
Yeah,
he
yeah,
doesn't have a
yeah.
mic, he's just Boba Fett. But
Yeah, just a slightly better Boba.
yeah, it's hard to wrestle people who don't have mics, and that ain't his
Mm.
fault. That ain't Rucker's fault. It just kind of
Yeah.
just
Honestly, it's a
happens. But when he
50,
does
it's
have
a
a mic,
50
he's a
coin
great
flip with
wrestler.
him. It's a
Yeah,
50-50
sometimes it
coin
works,
flip.
sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Mhm. But I would say next I would have to give it to. You know what? Not enough people give him enough recognition. I would say Vacation.
Yeah, I
Vacation's
mean,
great.
yeah.
And then I'm gonna go Paragon, and then Banana, and I'm pretty sure I got one more slot there. I'm gonna give
Might
it
be, I know, I
to
wasn't counting.
yeah. I'm gonna give it to. God, this is a hard. I think I've always I take these lists too seriously. I know it's just for fun, but I'm trying to actually. I'm gonna give it to Plasma. I'm gonna give it to
Plasma.
Plasma. I love Plasma. Ruby
Ruby's
loves Plasma
wife.
too.
Yeah. Ruby's wife, of
Man, I
course.
swear that wedding was so funny. Ruby was going off, bro. During Ruby's episode, if you do one of Ruby,
Mm. Yeah.
make sure you ask him about that wedding, because I swear
Bro, I
I want
will.
to know how he
I was
came
the
up with those
priest.
lines.
I was the priest. I know everything that happened.
Yeah, those pickup lines he was saying,
Yeah,
like
bro.
man, he was going every single time I see you, I'm like your best man, you make it rise. He's like
Yeah, yeah.
I
He was
know I
like
might not know it all,
naming
but then he pointed
friends.
at know it all and says, "But I know you can blow it all." He was going crazy on those pickup
Yeah, I
lines.
remember something about like a 5 knuckle shuffle. And I was just like, bro, I was trying to stop him like the entire time. I heard one, I was like, oh, okay, moving on.
Bro, I hope he does that at his actual wedding. That'd be go crazy. It's like everyone just starts like, man, that'd be funny as hell. Bro,
Bro, that would be.
bro, I want to send that to his IRL girlfriend. That'd be so.
Oh, did anyone record it?
I think I did. I think I might have. I'm not sure. I know somebody
Did
did.
you?
They had to.
I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
saw Zero there with a streamer cam, but he never really recorded
Yeah.
anything.
I swear, if you keep doing that, Rocker, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
I didn't press it. I swear to God. I did not
It's like he
press
has a
it.
mind of his own. I swear he's
He does.
terrifying.
I don't know what I did. I didn't break it. Alright, but something. Oh, hello. Something I've noticed about you recently and Stein. You have both adopted like proteges. I would like to say, but like with Stein, Dawson's just his son.
Yes,
That's the best
absolutely.
way I can
Yeah.
describe it. It's just his son. But with you, it's like you have basically adopted Superman under your wing. You've tried to teach him what you can. Oh, hello. Uh, yeah. How's that going with him?
Man, I have to say with Suka, it's been going. He's learning slowly. He's like me when I started. I was alone. Like when I first started Rec Room Wrestling, I was nowhere. I mean, absolutely nowhere as good. You can ask. I started off in RCW. You can ask anybody I wrestled with. I was probably the worst wrestler on that roster, the worst wrestler in the history of. It's fine. I'm getting used to it now. I'm
I
getting.
didn't press it.
I'm getting a little bit more used to it, but yeah, like I'd have to say that Suka reminds me a lot of how I was when I first started, and that's why I kind of took a liking to Suka, because he reminds me of like I was like I needed help when I first started, and nobody helped me. Like I would have practice matches sometimes,
Mm.
but in the grand scheme of things, like there wasn't many people that really helped. So that's one of the main reasons I
Yeah.
even started the school in the first place, is because I
Mm.
felt like new wrestlers can benefit a lot just from practicing. And
Yeah.
that's where most people's problems are, is just not giving like actual thought behind your matches, not really thinking about
Yeah.
moves, just doing stuff on the fly. And if you want
Mm.
to become a great wrestler, you really got to think about that. And I know you're talking about
Yeah.
Suka being my protege, but I've honestly picked up a lot more proteges since. I got Suka, and then
Are you
Owen,
like an
and then
adoption center
Ghost
now?
Hater. Yeah, I adopt people.
Yeah.
I don't discriminate. Man, Stom has one. I'll pick up as many people who ask me to. If you ask me to be my protege, I'll happily train you.
What?
Like I
Just
ain't gonna
anyone?
gatekeep. What?
What? Just like anyone goes up to you and says, "Hey, can you train me?"
He's like, I'm like it. I'm a. Like, mind if I link the Discord server, the training Discord server, in the
Yeah. You
in
can.
the
That's
description?
fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask.
Rocker, if you
Yeah,
can find it,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
in
I'll
it.
send it to you. Could you please put that in the description? I would like
Yeah.
anybody who watches this that wants to train the Rec Room
Yeah.
Wrestling, just come
Yeah.
by, sign up. We do
Mm.
training sometimes. I would love to help anybody who
Yeah.
wants to be trained.
Mm.
Yeah, that's really it.
And I'm gonna quickly move over to WRW, where you are the current world champion. What did, like, what? I don't know what I'm thinking. What like led to you joining WRW? Like, why did you join?
It's time, to be honest. I joined Stein to yell at him to come to Unleashed, and I saw like the old WRW map, the one that was basically RZW's main roster that basically every indie company uses. And he's like, no, this might
Yeah.
be fun to do like sometimes in like the pastime. Like I'm pretty
Mm.
sure they came up with like the like second and bottom rope being decoration, which is one of the smartest
That
things
was me.
Rec Wrestling. You? You came up with that?
I came up with that. Rocco can back me up on this. I was just like in a room with Rocker, and I was like, hey, I've realized something. You don't need the bottom rope. And then it's like, well, you don't really need the middle rope either. So we made them decoration, and it made everything so much easier. So like every company I went to, I was just like, hey, I'm gonna do this thing to the ring. You can see if you like it or not. And everyone loves it. And now every single company uses it. Like everyone that's aware of it uses it.
It's such a great idea. I gotta give you props on that. Yeah, like the first match I had is that I tried to rebound off the ropes, and like what I
Yeah.
used to do is that I used to slide into it, and I went down to a
Mm.
knee and slid into it, and I flew out the ring because I didn't
Yeah.
know the ropes, and I just like
Yeah, yeah,
crashed
yeah,
into
yeah.
the
It's
announce
a bit
table. I
difficult
started
when you
dying
aren't
out
told
laughing.
about it. It's a bit
Yeah,
difficult when you aren't
yeah,
warned.
I was so confused. Sorry for interrupting, by the way. I,
That's fine.
I started laughing. I'm pretty sure my first match over there was with Bandana. That's the match it
Mm.
happened in, and I had a really bad first match, to be honest. When me and Bandana were fighting, I sold a DDT, and my headset crashed, and the match got canceled
Uh,
because I couldn't get back in time.
I know a thing or two about that.
Roz definitely knows.
Yeah. He did it on his own free will.
That's rough. I still tease him about that sometimes.
Yeah,
Me
everyone
and
does.
Roz getting married.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna go crazy. I'm
Yeah, bro.
gonna make a map, and it's just gonna be like in the back alleyway. I'm gonna have a dumpster in the
I,
background.
I I already got a map. Same one
Oh
that
yeah,
Rudy used.
yeah, like
I
I
made
don't
that
know
for
what
him.
he randomly put in his head, bro. Bro just started proposing to me constantly. He's like, "Will you marry me?" Every single match that
Yeah.
we'd go to.
Mm.
But I'm trying to think. Russ, what were we talking about again?
Honest, WRW. That
Oh
was it.
yeah,
Like, why did you join WRW and stuff, and like, what happened?
yeah. Basically, Stein. I wanted to go yell at Stein to come to Unleashed since we had a match. I think again. This was the
Mm.
start of me and Stein having way too many matches.
Mm.
And Stein, like he was like, I'm not doing this match real quick, and he was fighting Plasma. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
And
I remember.
he fought Plasma. And this is I'm pretty sure this is like the feud that actually where he won the title. Wait, who did?
Mm.
What's that profile? Bro, Irish has a Nick A30 profile picture. He
Oh,
looks
yeah.
really
Yeah,
weird.
I want to stab him for that, but can't legally.
But yeah,
Bro, he has it
like
printed on a shirt.
he does. Oh, I'm gonna have to buy that
He
shirt
does.
from him.
You gonna buy it?
Yeah, like Wrecking Plus has been doing me well. I haven't bought anything and I haven't been on as much, so I got like 7,000 tokens right now.
Meanwhile, me
I'm
with
rich.
my... Damn, bro, I'm richer than you. I got 47.
Nah, bro, I'll never be as rich as you. No,
I'm gonna do a quick plug for these. These are the new DPW action figures. You can get them on Rocker's Invention profile. We have the unreleased Kai, and that will be released soon. Yep,
damn.
that works. I didn't even
Yeah,
press it.
get a close up. Get a close up.
I didn't even
Yeah.
press it. Yeah, bro. And of course, we have a DPW ring set as well, and more to come as the superstars buy these action figures. There will be sets with weapons. So yeah,
Oh.
that's plug over. Yeah, get them. They're free. They're free on the invention store. Just search up DPW action figure or go to @TheRocker profile and they'll be on in his inventions.
I'm gonna put mine right here. What? No.
Just put them on the mic. Alright, that works.
There we go.
Wait, is it blocking the camera view of you? Okay, no. Alright, we're good. Alright,
I'll do this anyways. There we go.
alright.
Here,
Yeah,
put your
free promotion.
headlock.
Oh, God. Alright. Well, I'm gonna move on
Yeah.
to something else. How did you get into wrestling? Like, where did it all
That's
start?
actually a very interesting story for me, at least, because there's a lot of people who just started off in places like DPCW, places that like
Mm.
or like just that. But I noticed I joined the biggest promotion right away, and I went to their NXT, and I was there for a
Right.
long time. Like a lot of people thought I started wrestling when I joined DPCW, but no, I've been wrestling for a long, long time. I've been probably wrestling for around a year and a half, 2 years now. I know,
Mm.
way too long. Need to get more
Way too
free,
long.
way too much free time. But I was wrestling over at. Are we allowed to mention other companies that are like part
Rocco.
of the?
That's Rocco's decision.
Yeah, this. Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
All right.
go for it. Go for it. Pretty sure you've already
So
mentioned like FRW and RZW already, but
yeah, I started back in RZW with in their new era, and we kind of like I was horrible back then. My first match was a 4-on-4 tag match for the for like Money in the Bank. But
oh.
of course I lost. Like there was no way they're gonna put
Mm.
me in a Money in the Bank match on main roster on my first ever match, which I sucked.
Mm.
And they did this. They did it to where they didn't turn down voice roll off, so everybody could hear what the wrestlers were saying. So you just had to stay silent during the match.
Oh, that's hell on earth.
It's yeah, it sucked. It basically is
Every wrestler's
wrestling with the
nightmare.
entire ring of Boba Fett's. Yeah. And like when you did talk, like you'd have to like if you even wanted to try to communicate, you'd have to whisper very very. And sometimes your mic wouldn't even pick it up.
The only time you're allowed to speak is when you're like grunting, like when you're getting it.
Yeah,
Grr, grr.
it sounded like bro, why not sound like like a mob noise in Minecraft? Sound like you're just like.
Grr.
Sounds like you're hitting like. Do you know the zombie noise when you hit a zombie?
Oh yeah. Grr.
Yeah, Loki kind of sounds like that. But yeah, like that's kind of my first match. I didn't really tell you how I got introduced to it. Do you know Firewall down at Zero?
Right, yeah.
He was the person who actually kind of the first ever wrestler I really talked to. And what
Mm.
happened is that I went to an RZW main roster event, and I've always been a fan of wrestling. I've been on and off over the years, but I've always been a fan.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I went. It kind of like happens in phases sometimes. So like for like a year, I'll be into
Mm.
wrestling. For like 2 years, I'll be out of it. A year, I'm into wrestling. And that's
Yeah.
stopped recently ever since I started Rec Room Wrestling. But when
Mm.
I was in my wrestling, just getting back into it, I hopped on Rec Room. I was a rec tuber back then, and I had. Wait one second.
Oh
Let
right,
me.
you were a
I'm pretty
woman.
sure. Like this outfit, yeah.
God, put on
I
the
was
other one again. Go get out of that.
yeah.
I'm having flashbacks of Riptide.
I wasn't trans, by the way. I just rocked them.
Yeah,
I rocked the pencil bun because I like man buns. Man buns are cool.
yeah, and then
But
you put on the uwu face to confuse people. Definitely.
yeah, back then I had a really squeaky voice, so like people actually look thought I was like, how do you think I'm a girl? I sounded like this. Like it,
Oh god. Why can you do a high pitched voice so perfectly?
but bro, what is? Bro, I swear, people have the most out of pocket. Every single time I open my watch, I just see some out of pocket profile picture. Or the guy 30, then it
Everyone's
was
weird
like,
on Rec Room.
yeah, bro, I think I need to get new friends. All my friends are weird.
Yeah.
But like, what's your profile picture? Let's see what you're
It's
down
just
bad.
me.
Okay, that's low key kind of chill.
It was just like me and like I can't remember what it was. It was like it was like a post apocalyptic like city map, and I saw a bench and I was like
I
bet. So I just took a picture of me sitting down from like behind and I was like bet.
man, my profile picture changes like once
What's
every couple
yours?
of weeks.
All right, it's that picture. I remember now. I remember how that
Oh
went.
yeah. That was actually in your dorm, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it
Like,
was in my dorm. I shot Inko in the balls. And then he turned into a woman, looked up.
bro, everybody like who doesn't see our profile pictures is just like, what the hell are they talking about?
I don't like your banner.
What is my... Oh, yeah, it's from Team Elite.
Yeah, it's Tom and
Oh,
Stein doing the deed.
I might need to change that one
You can
day, but
imagine
I
it.
think yeah, that's probably, I think that was a fun time when I was doing Team Elite. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What were we talking about?
Where you started. How you got into
Oh, yeah.
how you got into wrestling.
Yeah, I keep going off track. My bad, man. Basically, I went to a show. I met a couple people. I met Scratch, Sheriff maybe, and then Firewall. I talked to Firewall. He told me there'd be training soon. And then, yeah, I went to I went to like the performance center one day, and then Firewall joined out of nowhere, and I was just in the middle. They were just kind of like hanging out, and I told him I said I'm gonna be a wrestler. And he said, "Oh, all right." Like, and then like it wasn't a big deal. Like when you're new to wrestling, like I don't know if it was just me. I thought it was a much bigger deal to join a than it actually was.
Yeah, so
So
everyone's just like, oh, alright. Unless
yeah, because like
you
I
are
was
like
so
a
excited.
big wrestler, then everyone's just like, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, like it wasn't that big of a deal, but like I was excited. I ran home the first day I had a show because I was super excited. And like
Mm.
I'm not like back then, I wasn't as in the shape I am now. Right now, I've started playing football. I've started working out. I'm in a lot better shape than I was 2 years ago. I was a fat little kid, bro. I booked it home, and by the time I was home, my fat little self was wore out. I was so excited to have my first match. I was just basically
Mm.
like jumping with glee. I'm so embarrassed to talk about it now, but it was good times.
The only really like interaction I've had with RZW was like on the second or like third ever show I wrestled at. Firewall joined the event, messaged me saying, "Hey, I've got a deal for you," and I was like, "I'll talk to you after the event." So then after the event, he takes me to the RZW room, and at that time, I don't know who he is or what RZW is. I only knew one company that I will not say the name of because, yeah. Uh, and like he just took me through all of it, right? Then he was like, "Okay, so we have tried events at this time, blah blah blah, and I think you would be a perfect fit for us." And but you mentioned like, oh, by the way, you can't be in any other companies if you are in RTW, and I was like, oh man, I can't abandon what I'm at right now. And plus, like the shows were like past midnight for me, so I was just like, even if they didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to be there. But
Yeah.
then, like after I talked to everyone saying, hey, what is like RZW? Then everyone started telling me about all the stuff that was going on, and I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, thank God.
You
And
dodged
like
a bullet. Sadly, I didn't dodge that bullet.
yeah, yeah, you didn't dodge that. You just got hit straight
Like,
in the chest.
like I was basically like those. RZ was a bull and I was a red. Char Pete Day ran straight into me.
Yeah.
Like I was an RZW kid for a long time.
Mm,
I was bad off. I was a little
mm.
brat.
Yeah, I remember, like, I saw one of my friends in an RZW, like, tryout event. I was just like, oh no, oh no. So I joined, saw them, ran over to them, told them about all of it, then Firewall just appears behind me, just like, what you talking about? And I was just like,
Pancakes.
nothing.
Yeah,
And then
let's.
he, like, I can't remember exactly, but then I just told my friend, alright, look, I'm not gonna say you can't do this, but I'm advising you not to. Left. Literally 20 minutes later, he leaves the server for, the company we were in. I was just like, I tried.
Nope.
Yeah,
In
that
my
was like my
opinion, I
only
still
interaction with
think I made the
RZW.
right choice with leaving.
Mm. Yeah, and
But
like
yeah,
with me,
so,
like I was in one company for most of my career, for like literally up until like November, December of last year, and I started like halfway through the year. So I was in one company that entire time.
mm,
Then, you know, the company got shut down, and I was like, I'm bored. Then I saw Rise and Know It All in a DPW tryout event. I was like, you know, I can try. I can try. And
mm,
Bandy was training everyone, and Rise and Know It All were talking about me when they were back there. And it was like, and when we got into the training session, Bandy was like, alright, so I've been hearing some stuff about you, so I'm gonna like go a little bit harder on you, something like that. I can't exactly remember. But yeah, I got
mm,
it. Mike was there. He was helping me test stuff out as well, like test me out. And he
mm,
said, like, yeah, I think you're gonna go to Breakdown. And I was like, what's that? Well, that's basically the and he tried to put it into like WWE terms for me. He was like, that's the SmackDown show basically. And I was like,
mm,
oh, okay. I thought I was piece of garbage, but sure. And
yeah.
I was like, damn.
Uh, was was this when Zero was a thing, or was that before this?
It was like right. I want to say it was like right before or like right after Zero started. It was like my
Mhm.
debut was at like Breakdown 9 or 10. I want to say
Yeah, same. I was
around
around
that
that.
time.
Thank God we joined before that, because I would be down to Zero right now. Like, well, not right now, but I would have been down there. I did not want to be down to Zero. Like, I know I'm the GM,
Mm,
but I would have hated starting at Zero. Even though I probably should have. I probably would have ended up
mm,
starting at Zero because I wasn't that good back when I started. But
yeah,
being able to talk made such a difference when it came to my wrestling. Because, like,
yeah. The thing is,
I hate
most of the stuff in that first company, it was all on the fly. Like literally, you would just be told, "All right, you're facing this dude, and one of you is winning." You would, and
you
literally,
decide.
the the booking of the dude was like, okay, he won a match last time, so he should lose a match this time. And because like I was completely oblivious, I was like, okay, oh, I'm
No,
keeping this one
no,
now.
no, I'm stealing yours now.
I'm
This is
keeping him.
this one's
All right,
mine. Can't believe you.
yeah. But basically, I was like,
Ha
okay, because oh screw you. But basically, like before I joined like my first company, I didn't watch wrestling. Rec Room Wrestling got me into wrestling when it's usually the other way around, and it was just like really weird to me. You're just blocking camera. No paparazzi. There is
Yeah,
bodyguards.
yeah, come on. Come at me, I dare you.
I dare you.
That's why I fought Runaway.
Yeah, run on. But yeah, that's like basically my story. But like, how did you get into? So like, you started in RZW. What was the company after that? Like, where did you go from RZW?
Okay, this is gonna be a long story. So
Mm,
Moose Arts is a really, really good builder. And he's one of my friends. And he's been building a rec room for a long time. And we
mm,
decided that we wanted to start a company, but you couldn't start a company when you're in RZW. So well,
right.
that was a very slow one that time.
Yeah, I don't know why that one's slower, but alright, continue.
But yeah, so when we were doing the God, I can't think. When we decided that we were like, okay, I'm just gonna say that I'm taking a break from RZW to, because back then like I don't know what, I was kind of a wimp. I was like, man, I'm gonna just tell them I'm taking a break and just quit, leave the Discord server and not do anything else. So I
Mm-hmm.
did that, and I started a company called SSA. It was like what it stood for. It was dumb. It was Super Saiyan Alliance. Even like,
Mm.
but like what like full name was Super SSA All American Wrestling,
Right.
and yeah, we had shows. Legit, I'm pretty sure we competed with RCW, and I showed basically every event. I was a horrible owner back then, and when I would no show events, and I no showed events to play Red Dead with Banana, and I dragged a bunch of people out of RZW to this awful company that had the person running the events never knew about anything about wrestling. They thought they thought wrestling had rounds. Literally, Moose thought they had rounds. So he was like one pin would happen, next round starting. Like that's at least from what I heard. It was an
Round
awful
two.
company. Yeah, and we would
Mm.
get rated by RCW constantly since, of course,
Mm.
we were competing with them, and like we were not buddy
Mm.
since I kind of left on bad terms. And then I also got spam reported because Moose started a rumor about Scratch being a pedo.
Oh.
Yeah,
And then you got the backlash for that. That's a bit stupid.
yeah, yeah. I was in the room. He used basically what happened is that he did it, and I'm the one who told him about the information a long time ago. I said, some
Mm.
guy brought me to a room and started telling me stuff about Scratch, about him being a pedo, and like when I said I'm getting booked in Zero Waffly, I was just going off. I was complaining because I was a bad wrestler,
Mm.
and I was blaming everyone but myself that I was getting pushed.
Oh.
And when that happened, Moose kind of kept that in the back of his head. And then who's Perfect Monkey?
What?
I keep getting Perfect Monkey keeps spamming for. I'm unfavored, bro. Who are you?
Who are
Oh,
you?
I think this guy got Junior.
Probably. I would imagine.
But yeah, I started that company with the Moose. It failed horribly.
Mm.
And then I took a break for like 5, 4, maybe I think it's 3-ish months. I think that's more like.
Right.
Then I came back with
Mm.
Banana. Banana was telling me about this company called DPCW. And I was like, man,
Right.
like what's that about? So
Mm.
he told me about it. He complained that he had the tag. I forget if he had the tag or if he had to lose the will. He really did not like Will back then.
Mm.
And he said, I'm just going to no-show. He no-showed, got fired, and then I'd say a month or
Mm.
two later, me and him both joined back with
Mm.
with him, and that's how it started.
Right.
I tried out, told Bandy about the Star-Lord character. He didn't take me serious,
Mm.
and then yeah, can I tell you one more thing about like something that got me and Banana really upset for no? I think it was stupid that we got upset. Me and
Yeah,
Banana
sure,
really
but
wanted to have a
we gotta
match.
wrap up
Oh,
soon because
oh,
he has to go do
oh,
something. But we have to wrap
oh.
it up soon, so if you want to finish this,
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry if I took long. Basically,
that's fine.
basically with this, my first ever match at, not my first ever match, but my first ever match with Banana at EBCW was at a house show, and it was a dance-off match. And me and Banana were livid because me and him, we had good in-ring chemistry, and we really wanted to just go out there and have a banger match. But then they made us have a dance-off match, and we were, I was a comedy character, so I don't know why I was upset, but I guess
Yeah,
Banana had the right to be upset, but I really just wanted to have a good match with him. But then Bandy booked a dance match, and we got mad for no reason. Yeah, that's basically. I just wanted to talk about that. Buy my action
yeah,
figure when it comes out. I'm
yeah.
gonna be the best one.
Pre-order it or something. That you can't
Yeah,
pre-order it, but do it. If you don't
yeah.
get it, he will find you and he will murder your newborn child.
No, I'll throw. I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna tape a brick to it and I'll toss it through your window. I'll make you buy one.
And that's a good note to end it on. That was the first episode of the Match Mindset podcast. So, yeah, if you want to review it, see how